In this video, I'm going to show you how my family and I homeschooled in America's largest home for 72 hours straight. And the best part of it is, you can do it too. While we were at this colossal mansion, we learned about the French Revolution, Japanese culture, horticulture, agriculture. We were taught lessons on archery and so much more. And in the video, I'll tell you all about it. But first, check this house out. If you're not familiar with the Biltmore house, it's located in Asheville, North Carolina on 8,000 acres. The driveway alone to the house literally is over 3 miles long. But it is pretty neat because you never know what kind of wildlife you're going to see. This house is over 175,000 square feet. Statues of Joan of Arc are actually chiseled right into the limestone facade. And when is the last time you saw a gargoyle booty? The house has 35 bedrooms. That's a bedroom, that's a bedroom, 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 bedroom. There's a lot of bedrooms. And while that is impressive, it has even more bathrooms and fireplaces. It has a 70,000 gallon indoor swimming pool that has built-in underwater electricity at times where most of the homes in the area didn't even have indoor electricity at all. And the dining room is actually taller than 4 giraffes stacked on top of each other. But more about the mansion in a second. From a homeschooling perspective, it's way more than a house. While we were there, as I mentioned earlier, we learned about the French Revolution. That is actually Napoleon Bonaparte's chess set. You can learn a little bit about the Titanic because the Vanderbilts were actually scheduled to be on the maiden voyage and they withdrew in the very last second. Which, if you think about it, is quite the premonition. Although it didn't really matter because unfortunately George Vanderbilt died from complications of appendicitis surgery just 2 years later. Which really got me thinking about that movie Final Destination. Maybe there is something to that. Anyway, all of these miniature exhibits, if you will, like the artifacts from Napoleon and ancient Japanese culture and history are located essentially in a small museum right on property. Your family can truly learn a lot about the lifestyle during what is called the American Gilded Age. You can even take a moment to see the entire family tree of the Vanderbilt family. That's right, Anderson Cooper that's on CNN is actually part of what was once one of the most powerful and richest families in the country. And apparently there was a little bad blood a few generations back because he has actually never set foot on the property. But I'm not one to gossip, so you didn't hear that from me. While still owned by the original family that built it, it essentially operates now like a tourist destination. You can take self-guided tours or pay an upcharge for guided tours. Some of the guided tours will actually get you access to the rooftop and it's very much worth it. The self-guided tours are phenomenal as well. They have these audio devices that narrate a walkthrough of many of the rooms as you pass through the house at your own pace. For kids, the narrator is actually Cedric the dog, and he provides a more age-appropriate viewpoint of the history. It's in Cedric's narration where you learn the dining room is as tall as 4 stacked giraffes. My 8-year-old has been through the house twice, and he really enjoys listening to the audio. It's ultimately an impressive lesson for children on how the Aristocats truly lived their lives back in the Gilded Age. You also get insights into the working class who lived on property to help maintain the lifestyle that everybody was living back then. As you can imagine, with 8,000 acres, it's not just the house. There are 2 separate hotels, many restaurants, a working farm, and a slew of outdoor activities that make it a fantastic place for homeschooling vacation. Even the playground had built-in educational information and ways to learn while having fun. Including in your day pass is the ability to access all of the property and walk around their farm and interact with their employees who are glad to talk to you about the work of keeping the farm running. By the way, this mama goat is 9 years old and just a couple of months ago gave birth to these triplets. Many of the restaurants on property get a significant amount of the food and ingredients from all the hard work from the farm. Adjacent to the farm, they have their outdoor shop for kayaking, clay shooting, archery, and much more. On our most recent trip, my son and I took archery lessons where they drive you out into an opening in the woods and you have a guide who teaches you the fundamentals of shooting. All of this, of course, the house, the museum, the gardens, the activities, it's way too much to do in a day. Fortunately, as I mentioned, they have 2 separate hotels on property. We stayed at the Village Hotel, the cheaper of the 2 hotels, which I personally enjoy more than the Inn, which is the more expensive one because it's just a little bit less stuffy, especially if you have kids running around. Additionally, the Village Hotel is within walking distance to the playground, the farm, many restaurants, and it's just more convenient for a whole family. For the last several years, they've offered dedicated homeschooling days in the fall. On these days in the past, they've offered discounts to homeschooling families. Additionally, they have morning and afternoon educational sessions on many different topics. Walking through the parking lot to the Biltmore house and the hotel, we saw cars from all over the country. So if you ever happen to be within a couple of hours of Asheville, it's definitely worth a stop. Hope you enjoyed the video, folks. See you next time.